Hi everyone, welcome to A Ram's Life. I'm Grace, and in today's video, I'm doing a life update. So for those of you that don't know, I go to Colorado State University and I am about halfway through my second year. It has been quite the interesting year and a half now, and I feel like I haven't just sat down and talked on here in a while, so that's what I wanted to do today. So like I said, I am currently halfway through my second year of college. I'm currently enrolled in 4 classes, so I'm currently taking 12 credits this semester. The 4 classes I'm taking are American Government and Politics, Gender and Communication, Political Communication, and Introduction to International Relations. If you've watched my videos in the past, if you've seen my face before, I've talked about how I'm a communications major with a film studies minor. Well, that changed last semester. My whole life, my whole high school career, I thought that I wanted to go to Hollywood and make movies and make videos because I love making videos. And I still do love making videos. But my interests started to shift and I switched to a political science minor. I know that is quite the switch between minors there, and honestly, I feel like I really did change my entire career path. I went from wanting to make movies to wanting to run for public office. I never thought I would ever be interested in politics, but that's kind of what college is all about, is figuring out what you want to do, what you maybe don't want to do. And with that, obviously, it's been scary. When you think you want to do one thing your whole life and then all of a sudden that changes. And I'm taking all of these classes when I was never really interested in politics before, and I'm learning all of these new things. I would be lying if I said it wasn't scary. I mean, it's overwhelming. On top of that, the fact that I'm taking these classes online because of the pandemic, so many things in my life are new right now, and I'm constantly being put outside of my comfort zone. It's scary, but I'm really excited for what comes next. With that, I'm also really looking forward to next year. I've already figured out where I'm going to live, so I've signed a lease on a place, and I'm thinking about studying abroad next spring. Hopefully I'll be making videos about my study abroad experience going forward, but as of right now, I'm looking into it. I plan on doing it next spring, and I'm really excited about it. It's crazy to think about how this time next year I could be in New Zealand or Ireland or somewhere else in the UK. I love to travel. I've always wanted to travel the world, and CSU offers great study abroad programs, so I'm really excited about that next year. That being said, I'm a little bit nervous as to how that's going to happen. I'm not sure if the pandemic is going to stop me from studying abroad next spring, but I really am hoping for the best. Speaking of the pandemic, I think I've talked about this on this channel before, but I have an autoimmune condition, and so not knowing how COVID would affect me has been really, really scary this past year. But if you saw my last video, you'll see that I was super excited because I finally got my first dose of the COVID vaccine. And I'm getting my second dose in a few days. Knowing that I'm more protected from this virus has really relieved some of my anxiety. That being said, obviously there's a lot going on in the world right now. It's crazy to think about how a year ago around this time we had no idea what to expect when this pandemic hit. So much has happened this year, and it's had such a big impact on all of us. But yeah, at this point, I think I'm just rambling, but I would say that I'm doing pretty well. I'm doing well in school, my friends are great, my family's great, I'm really lucky to be where I am right now. That being said, I have my fair share of tough days just like everybody else does. With all that's going on in the world right now, specifically some of the stuff that's been happening in Colorado recently, it's a lot to take in, and it can be really, really overwhelming. One of the reasons why I love going to Colorado State University is they have such great resources for students like myself. They recognize that students have their tough days, they have tough weeks, they have tough months, and they have so many great resources for students who just feel like they need to talk to someone. It's been really helpful for me to get through these tough days in which sometimes it's hard to get out of bed, it's hard to find motivation to do things, it can be tough sometimes. But just know that you're not alone. That's what's been getting me through my tough days, is knowing I'm not alone, knowing that CSU has these resources for me. So I'm going to be leaving a link to all of that below. Please feel free to check it out. That being said, on my tough days, it's really hard for me to make videos. It's hard for me to think of ideas to make videos. So if you've made it this far in the video and you do have any suggestions for me for videos, please comment them down below. Alright, I think that is about all I have for you guys today. I know I kind of rambled a lot, but I did just want to sit down and talk to you guys because I feel like I haven't done that in forever on this channel. Life, of course, has its ups and downs, but I would say that I'm very happy with where I am in life. There's a lot of unknown that is kind of scary, but I'm looking forward to what life brings me. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I hope you enjoyed my quick life update. If you did, feel free to give it a like and subscribe to A Ram's Life if you haven't already. Down in the description box below, you're going to see a link to my last video as well as the resources I was talking about earlier, so feel free to check both of those things out. Alright, thank you guys again so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.